Can I just read the translation? It translates to remember to live and remember we die, roughly. It's my fighter's tattoo. When I need the push to keep going, even when my body wants to phone it in, I have that tattoo on me and the boys in my head. Thanks to Supernatural, I've started writing more and have a career in mind now. I literally don't know where I would have ended up mentally or physically without it. Happy face.
Okay, so
I'm okay.
what it said was non timebo mala and momento vivere and momento mori. Remember to live and remember we die.
Thank you. I was like, I'm going to butcher that so bad, and I'm already trying to hold it in.
Yeah, I mean, my accent sucks, but I do have a minor in Spanish, so might as well use it sometimes.
Better than I could have done. I'm like, la pizza all the way. It's not even Spanish. Alrighty, Crypto, you're up.
All right, so this one is from our very own Uncelestial, who is one of our staff members, actually. And here we go. So, fanfic has been a part of my life for a long time. I was naturally drawn into it and stuck like glue because, wow, people really go off and write whatever they want, huh? And the stories could get to me in a way that books hadn't in a long time, especially with Destiel. They were real, raw stories written by real, raw people that you could actually talk to. Though it took me a much longer time to actually start talking and interacting with the wonders of fandom people. I feel like no matter how scared I was, what horrors I was facing, there was a fic of my favorite characters facing just as much. Or maybe they were just comforting each other in a way that made me feel comforted as well. Or maybe they were having fun and taking me along. It made me feel like I wasn't alone, in particular with fics dealing with issues of sexuality and or mental illness, which have helped me come to terms with who I am. Just seeing characters I love go through similar things to me, or even being able to write them to, it's truly mind-blowing to me how much of an impact it can make. The story I'll tell has to do with me accepting a part of myself. In terms of sexuality, I consider myself gay, and I'm closeted in most circumstances. I have grown up in a place where I've heard that being gay is wrong and a choice many times, sometimes by people I thought were my friends, and each has felt like a blow to the gut. Though I certainly don't have it as bad as many, and do have some support in members of my family that I'm out to, I have always been terrified of coming out fully, or of not having the perfect nuclear family and being judged for that, mostly because I wouldn't know what I would have then. I didn't have storybooks or movies written about my kind of love, about any same-sex couples when I was growing up, so I didn't even know if it was a loss on my part. Should I want a husband like the girls in these stories do? Would I never be healthy in a relationship because I don't? It put a weight on me that I didn't even know I had until I faced it myself and had to wonder all these things. Feeling like I couldn't be who I am because I had a strong fear that I'd be rejected, or that I wouldn't even get to have a romantic relationship because of who I'd want to have it with. It took a toll on me as a confused adolescent. However, seeing so many people write that struggle into their fanfic over and over and over, watching it unfold in these two characters, watching them accept the fact that they like the same sex, watching them be able to love each other despite it being two men and not a woman and a man, has helped me to become more comfortable with that part of who I am. It gave me perfectly normal people, as normal as Dean and Cass get, okay, of the same sex and perfectly normal relationships, super loving relationships even, and I can't tell you how important that was to see as I came and come into adulthood. It has, okay, this may be the cheesiest thing, but I am a hopeless romantic, okay? It has given me hope that I can find love one day, even if it will look different than some people's love or ideas of love. Because hey, if those two dense idiots can get it right in like a million different stories, surely I will be able to too.
Oh,
it's like the cutest shit I've ever read.
Right? Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Sel, we love you.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Oh. Alright. Okay. I'm good. Alright.
I need to go, like, punch something now.
I need to go assert my manliness. I'm just gonna go chug a beer, okay? And then, like, I don't know, crush the beer can with my head.
Like, shotgun it.
Yeah, totally. Give me a moment.
Oh my god.
Alright. I have the next one, which is from an anonymous submitter, so thank you very much to you, whoever you are. When I started high school, I didn't know anyone, and I was so afraid that I would never make any friends. I had just started watching Supernatural, and I was hooked. Then I found out that another girl in my class watched Supernatural, and we were in the same season, and only a few episodes apart. Every week we talked about the episodes we had watched and grew closer and closer. She's now my best friend of several years, and I believe that Supernatural really helped bring us together, and I will be forever thankful for it.
Oh.
That one was super short, but I thought, like, it's such a good story of how people come together through this, and I just really love it as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like a shorter, more simple story, but that's also one that I hear so much.
I just love those stories.
All right, I guess I'm up. So this one is from Cast the Wise. I believe they're also on the server.
Yep, she is.
Yes, she is. All right, so I got into fandom a little more than 10 years ago and haven't looked back. It's been my safe haven for years, where I go to relax, where I've gone to find help and support during bouts of depression, and how I have found some amazing people. I actually found one of my best friends through the SPN fandom 3 years ago, and now we're moving across the country together. I think my wildest story about how fandom has affected my life is that fanfiction has become my field of study. From stories I would use as literary escapism, my love for it has grown and matured into something I hope to spend the rest of my life exploring and advocating for. Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Absolutely. Like, the fact that fandom and fanfiction has made its way into academia is insane.
It's so amazing. So amazing.
I love it so much. Like, as someone who has studied a lot, and I know we all have, like, backgrounds where we've gone to college, university, and studied, it's so great to see, like, that it's actually becoming a field now, and that people are, you know, recognizing it for what it is, and Archive of Our Own is such a big part of that as well, and so are all the fans,
absolutely.
You know?
I think there's a book, sorry to interrupt you real quick. I think there's a book right now, I need to go find out the name again, that my beta's been reading, and it actually, it's articles about how fandom deals with changes in, like, the fandom itself deals with changes in the source material, and, like, she was sending me a couple of articles from this book. I need to find the name, and it's been so fascinating to see these giant phenomenal movements throughout different fandoms when they react to certain aspects of what happens in the show. And it specifically talks about Supernatural. It's got Teen Wolf, Hannibal, like a lot of the more familiar fandoms that are really big right now. So maybe what I'll do is I'll go find it, and then maybe we'll post the name of it somewhere for people that are interested in reading the more academic side of fandom and fanfic.
Yeah, check out the Twitter and the Tumblr after the cast. Sometime over the next day, we'll
absolutely
find the name of it and toss it up there for you guys.
I will try.
If we can.
Yes.
All right, so the next one is, I really hope that I don't butcher your name, and I'm very sorry if I do. I believe it's pronounced Alziz Nigel. It's Destiel and Cockles Buchanan on Tumblr, and May Ori on Twitter. And they say their English sucks, but I'm skeptical, it's not bad at all. So, this happened when I was 13 years old, and the youngest inside my peers. I'm a bit curious about the L thing. And then one time, they discussed about this stuff, so I asked one of my friends about it, but her answer didn't satisfy my curiosity. Of course, I'm aware that this L thing showed in my parents' eyes when they look at each other, but at those times I couldn't put a finger on or understand it. I tried to write a short love story, but there's this missing piece. Not until I bumped into the Supernatural, and Destiel's anchor hit me hard. Really hard that I can't explain. The ship laid out the answers I've been looking for. The love of Dean and Cass for each other showed me the missing piece, and it's one of the biggest reasons up until now I'm still breathing and keep fighting. No matter what they said about this ship, Destiel is the greatest love story in history. Exaggeration set aside, but my life changed in a good, eye-opening way.
Oh, it's like finding young love.
Oh.
It's so cute.
It is. It's so adorable.
I don't know what it says about me, like, and thank you very much for that submission, but the first time I read, like, finding about this L thing, I was like, the LGBTIQ thing? And then like, oh no, love. Yep, that thing too.
Yeah, the first time I read through it, I was like, lesbians?
Lesbians. That's lesbian
I'm
love,
having like Scott Pilgrim flashbacks.
I'm in lesbians with you.
Same thing, really.
Yes.
I think. Alright. I'm next.
All right.
And this submission is from Destiel on Fire, and they're Destiel on Fire on Tumblr, and Kaiden Mono on Twitter. And anyway, this is what they say. Through this fandom, I learned about random acts and the amazing things that they are doing to make the world a better place. I had been thinking of volunteering for many years before I even got into the fandom, but I never really found anything that I thought would be a good fit with my personality, skill set, and schedule. But then I learned about IMA Alive, and how RA had a program that would sponsor your application and training if you applied via their website. And I knew it was a sign. This is something I wanted to do and could do. So I applied, was accepted into the training program, and have been a crisis intervention responder since October 2017. It's been one of the most rewarding things I've ever done, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity. And it never would have happened if I didn't get so deeply involved in the fandom and met so many wonderful, warm-hearted, open-minded, and multi-talented people from all over the world. I really love that.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's like it shows just one little thing can change like your whole life.
It's
so good.
Yeah, like that's making such a difference to their life and to other people's lives, and I just, yeah, much love to them.
I also got into, through this fandom, and Gishwas got into doing some stuff with Random Acts. And honestly, like, I've done a little bit of charity work here and there, but I probably wouldn't still be doing it with how busy I am if I didn't have the push from the fandom and the constant reminder that there's, like, these amazing things going on. And I only get the chance to do some of the smaller stuff. I don't get to, like, go to other countries and do, like, the rebuilding stuff that they do. But the little, like, volunteer opportunities that they put out, I've gotten to participate in some. And if it wasn't for the fandom, I wouldn't even know about that.
Oh, absolutely.
That's so good.
And even just, like, especially with Random Acts, like, you don't even have to, it doesn't even have to be a big gesture, right? Like, you know, it just kind of promotes you to do little things.
Yeah, sometimes on their site and their Twitter, they'll put out just like little opportunities, or at least they used to.
Yeah.
I think they still do. It's been a while since and now I'm like, damn, I need to look into that again.
It's time to do good. Okay, so I'm up, and the next one is from an anonymous feedback. So thanks for sending this in. It's short and sweet. So, the Supernatural fandom has helped me accept my sexuality as bisexual. They did this with their open discussions about sexuality, and that helped me accept and embrace that part of me. And
Dude, I have something to say about this one.
Yes, say it.
This fandom, like, one of the best things about fandom in general, but especially, like, this little corner of the fandom that we have here on Profound Bond and, like, Discord, this is literally the most sex-positive group of individuals I have ever talked to. Like, we will talk about anything, and there's never any judgment. People are like, dude, I am into tentacles. I am into literal tentacles in my butt. I would love somebody. I want somebody to literally grow a tentacle dick and lay eggs inside of me. And we're like, right on! Right on! You fucking do it! Go out and make your dreams come true. It's like, it's amazing.
10 years from now, like, somebody actually invents, like, egg-laying tentacled appendages that you can attach to yourself.
Are we gonna get into the bad dragon talk already?
Oh, God.
Because I'm sorry, sir, but that does exist.
Not
but,
today,
like, honestly,
Satan.
like, the only thing I want to add to the bisexuality thing is that I do find in a lot of places, and I don't just mean, like, the cis straight, like, the straight community, if you can even call it a community, but a lot of communities, they look at bisexuality as something that's kind of strange and fringe and isn't legit. I mean, like, for lack of a better word. And I think, you know, in our little corner of fandom, I can't speak for all of SPN or all of even Destiel, but I think in our little corner here, we've made it very clear that bisexuality is as legitimate as being straight or being gay or being demi or gray or anything, because you're into what you're into. Like Crypto said, if you want tentacles, you go get tentacles. If you want to, like, have a girl and a boy in your bed, that's up to you. Like, it's real and it's a legit thing. And I do love that we as a community here are so open to that.
Yeah, it did go for the, like, funny extreme example. But
yes.
But I mean, I myself am pan, and I mean, I think I waver. Who knows? And I mean, all of us, not all of us. We have like members that have pretty much filled every single label that I've ever heard of, easily.
Right.
And we're all just like, fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah.
I've learned some new labels that I never knew